Let's fire it up. Let's go. Oh, fuck. There we go. All right. Let's do it, Joey. Let's get it. It's a chilly one.
All right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Mobilefitlab After Hours, Episode 2. I'm Joey Donalo.
And I'm Bella Donalo, and we are siblings, not husband and wife, just to clarify.
And we're here with a very special guest, Brad Kraut.
Yep. How we doing, guys? This is, we're just sitting in the basement of your house. I love this. It's like so many people just talk about like doing something, but they won't actually do it because they don't have the right setup or they don't have the right camera. It's like, yeah, you can bootstrap it. You just got to start doing it. And I love how you guys are just starting and just going with it. Even if you don't have the best microphone, the best setup, you're just going. I absolutely love it.
This is our parents' couch, and we've had this couch for about 15 years. And
yeah, I said in the episode, I think I got one of my first kisses on this couch.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I'm not gonna say who that is because I said it last time, and Bella got mad at me.
Yeah. I was like 16.
We got some country music posters on the wall. We got a ring light, some cameras, and we're ready to go, ready to get some interesting people.
So we started today with a little workout with Brad because you can't just invite Brad Kraut over to do a podcast. You have to do an entire content Saturday.
And that's what we did today. I even got to hold their chickens. I think that's going to be in the intro.
Yeah,
you guys, I got to hold their chickens.
Coco.
I got like chicken shit all over me, but we got it off. We got that towel, but hit a nice shoulder and tricep workout with the Donalos, and it was cool to just like work out with you guys. Honestly, like I love what you guys are doing on social media, just like going all in with it. Like Bella, your shit has exploded in the last like 3 months. It's crazy to like see your growth, and then Joey, just like you're aesthetic as fuck and also strong as shit.
Yeah,
like it's like you're literally like it's freakish. It's freakish, but it's really cool to just see you guys just like help build each other in a sense. It's not like like there's like jealous or like you guys are envious of each other. It's more so like, hey, like we're both doing this shit.
Well,
let's.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. This is just from what I see. This is just from what I see.
Listen, I obviously I started posting on social media before Bella. I started in high school, and she was in college.
And why were you like posting on social media?
Well, I basically I started lifting. I said in the first episode of the intro, but I was really small, 110, 120 pounds, and I just wanted to get bigger. I wanted to just feel more manly, more secure. The basic reasons to lift. Look better naked, all that stuff. And I saw these people, I saw these kids, Lex Little, David Lade. I saw all the pioneers of the social media world, the teenage social media world. And I was like, you know what? I want to do that. That's what I want to do. I don't want to go to college. I don't want to do all this stuff. I want to do that. I want to be like them. So I started posting, obviously nothing for the first year, nothing for the second year, nothing for the third year, but I just posted every day. And, and it started to work. I started to get some traction. People started to notice me.
Before it started working, were you getting scrutiny for posting the stuff that you were posting?
Oh yeah. I would walk into school and people would
how
say,
old were you when you started?
Okay, I was 16.
So now I don't know how many 16-year-olds are going to be. Hello, YouTube. By the way, this is also going to be on YouTube. I don't know how many 16-year-olds are going to be watching this, but think about being 16 for a second.
Yeah,
it's
a hard
I had a
time to
fitness
start.
page.
Yeah,
I had a fitness page when I was 16, and I was getting made fun of. I was like a little meatball, just trying to get jacked.
Yeah.
And eventually it took me 18 weeks, but I got jacked and I documented the whole thing. And at first, I just feel like it's an overarching theme. Whenever you go to start something, people are always gonna have something to say.
Of course, yeah. Still, I have 155,000 followers on Instagram, which I know that's not millions, but it's a large sum of people, and I still get people every day comment on my posts, something negative. I do fashion videos. Half of my comments are people saying, "Oh, why are you wearing that? Why are your clothes so baggy? Why are you doing this? Why are you whatever?" But so yeah, I would walk into school every day. I was 16, and people would be like, "Oh, look, it's Joey Donalo Fitness. Oh, oh, do a backflip."
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I was a cheerleader, and cheerleaders, a male cheerleader.
I was a cheerleader for Penn State.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
I got scrutiny
for
that.
How that goes. Yeah. So on top of that, I was cheerleader. Oh, all this stuff. You're gay. I'm posing half naked on Instagram. Gay. It was that from everybody. So I kind of just kept doing it, and then COVID happened, which helped because I didn't have to go into school. I could
So
just
you were
focus
just
on my stuff
content,
and grind
yeah.
it and grind it. I made content every day. I did online school, and I finished school every day so fast just because online it's so much easier.
Yep.
Bust it out. And yeah, so it started like taking place, started blowing up a little bit.
Yeah, but
traction.
thinking about like those 3 years of nothing happening, like it's 3 years isn't that long time in the grand scheme of things, but when they're happening, like to stay consistent with something that's not blowing up for 3 years, like that's hard. You know, I think that's where a lot of people don't get to where they want to go, because you like to do something consistently for 3 years straight with no reward is very, very challenging to do. So
Yes.
you have to commit to doing that and to like achieving nothing for a little bit before you're going to do it. And obviously you're going to have to change things along the way, but it's hard. I feel like it's hard for humans to get places because we like that immediate reward, and you're not always going to get
Some people you have to have that like your purpose. You have to have your why to keep you going. Because if you're just doing it just because, like, I mean, I get it, just to kind of start.
Yeah.
But if you don't actually have a purpose or a why, you'll just get unmotivated and want to stop. But if you have that purpose, if you find out like what your why is and what you truly want to do with, you know, your social media or whatever, like you wake up every single day motivated to continue to grow. Even if it doesn't happen right away, that instant gratification, if you just stick, I'm a huge believer in if you just stick with something and just continue to do it, being consistent, day in, day out, every single week, eventually shit will start to happen.
Yeah.
Like eventually shit will start to happen, but there's so many people that will give up on themselves right before they're at the brink of like having that video, you know, have hundreds of thousands of views but they just quit. They will just quit on themselves.
It's that classic picture with the gold miner who's in the tunnel, and it's like, it shows you the, you know, it shows you the bigger picture, and it's like he quits, and then like one more dig, and
it's
that
the gold.
mine.
Exactly. And like even for myself, just kind of starting with social media, like in high school, it's just been a consistent grind, and it's been really fun too. Like I genuinely enjoy like doing what I'm doing right now. And it's just like cool to kind of see like that positive impact that I'm having like like it's bigger than, cause there's two sides of it, right? There's, all right, grind in silence, go fucking make a fuck ton of money, whatever. Or there's like the other side of it where it's like for yourself, right? But then there's the other side of it that I look out on and I'm like, wait, why don't I like grind, but like document the grind? So rather than just like doing shit for me, it's actually having an impact on other people's lives and motivating and inspiring other people to go chase their dreams and do what they want in their lives.
Exactly.
That's a big reason why I wanted you on here, because this is, you know, you have a major audience, you have a lot of respect within the fitness community right now, and within the school fitness community, you know, people who are going to school and also trying to make this for themselves and work out. You know, you have academic weapon, do good in class, kick the sheets, get up early, get shit done.
That's because you got to think about it. Life, it's not that deep, right? People overcomplicate it. They overcomplicate it. They overthink it. They're like, they'll bitch about the most little things. Like, dude, just be grateful that you're alive, you're breathing. Like, be grateful for those little things, and that can truly kind of keep you like rooted and keep you going every single day.
For sure.
Have you ever heard, I'm going to like butcher this a little bit, but there's like this quote or this idea that
the harder you work, the luckier you get, right?
Well, that too. But I was thinking where like there's these amazing ideas and they're just floating around and they bounce from person to person until they get to a person who's going to grab the idea and actually stick with it until it becomes a reality.
Never heard that. That's cool.
So I feel like, because like everyone has amazing ideas, right? Like everyone has crazy dreams. Everyone takes an amazing shower and gets out of it and is like, I'm gonna rule the freaking world. But not everybody actually follows through with this. So I feel like that mixed in with like the why, like you were talking about, is what Mobilefitlab is to me. So like I started Mobilefitlab during the pandemic, just like making live workout videos for people to follow along with. So I have like girls at Penn State doing the workouts with me because you couldn't go into the gym, and I was a fitness instructor at the time. And now like we're turning it into this virtual training, the podcast, a lot of other things. So it's kind of just like my why to reach more people. You know what I mean?
And really have an impact on people's lives and help them.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's like this little idea, and I'm just like you have to do all these little steps day in, day out to make it come to life.
Yeah. And it's like you just said, it's being consistent with it. Again, if you were to do it for a couple days and then stop, like you can't do that. When you are starting something new, you have to be 110% all in on it and not look back. Like, don't look back, just fucking go for it. And you guys are doing it now.
I mean, we launched last Friday, so we're like 8 days in, right? And I feel like every day for the past 8 days, it's just been, wake up.
There's always something more you can do. There's always something else you can do.
But I love it. I need that. I need that to not go insane. I need to have like an agenda. I need a list. What's next? So I've really been enjoying it. And then, it's just we wake up and grind every day so we can, help people help themselves. We train, get like programs for people, help people be motivated to, get out of bed and get in the gym. Eat right, eat healthy.
Because I feel like a lot. My thing is, I think when COVID hit and like since post-COVID, society has just gotten soft. Like kids don't want to go work for like what they want. Like they just want everything given to them. So I feel like with this young, exactly. And like, I feel like us being, 22, 19 and just like some other like motivational, like creators out there that are younger that kids can actually like look up to and be like, I want to be doing like what they're doing. And it's cool to, and as I started to grow more and more, what I realized was I started connecting with more and more like-minded individuals. Like it just like
we just posted.
Everything will just gravitate towards
it. Just started like when you just start and like kind of figure out like the path that you want to go down, like just those other people that are doing the same shit will just start gravitating towards you. And it's like really cool. Like I had this, influencer at my apartment last weekend to come for the whole weekend and never even met him in person, Clifford Taylor. Never even met him in person. Literally, he swiped up like on one of my stories, like wanted like a piece of merch. I was like, hell yeah. Then I was like, yo, what's your number? Got his number, jumped on a FaceTime for 30 minutes. 2 weeks later, he was at Penn State.
No, you're the king of connections, though. You make those connections. You go out and you like have a good time party, but every time you go out, you're making a different connection. You're going to different schools. You're meeting different people.
That's because so many people get so like caught up like with like their academics and over like, but it's academics isn't end all means all. Like you truly need to be able to go out there, network with people, and like build relationships, and opportunity will start coming your way. And that's through my journey of being at Penn State, like right away as a freshman. I feel like the college like blueprint right now is you go to school, you then whatever, just do your academics, maybe join like Greek life, a frat or a club, whatever. And then by junior year, you get your internship, and then that's like the job that you do after school. But there's an issue with that because that's only one experience. That's only one real world, real life experience that you're basing off of for your future. It's like, all right, wait, why don't you come in as a freshman, try to gain experience right away as a freshman, get an internship. So like for me, right away, I was working with a startup app called 20, and I was working on marketing initiatives. I was thinking of different ways to get students to download this app and use the app. I didn't even know what the fuck marketing was. I didn't know what marketing was, but I was doing it. I was literally like doing it. It wasn't a textbook that taught me that. It was the real world like application of just fucking, figure the fuck out.
And that's how you get the benefit of college. I mean, like Joey didn't go to college. I don't think it's necessary.
I don't think it's, because we could talk about that too. Like, I don't think.
But I will say, like, if you're going to go to college, use it, like, especially college like Penn State with the free
40,000 students.
That's like, use it to your benefit, and like, you're
cool.
obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say something because freshman year, I would be in 500 person lecture classes and I'd be on the microphone the whole time.
Yeah, that's
participating, talking.
Yeah.
And people would come up to me after because again, I'm in a room with 500 people. I want my voice to be heard. I want to be known. I want to put myself out there.
And again, like, you're 22 now.
Yeah.
And you've been acting like that in these
since
you were 18.
Like doing like the same shit.
Like, that's amazing and great, but that's a lot harder than it sounds. Like being 18, like a lot of 18-year-olds.
And there's like seniors in the class. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I just didn't give a fuck what people thought about me.
Like you have to commit to that.
I don't know. It's just like,
because I did. I would never have done that. Ever.
See, my thing is like, all right, I'll go do that, and people can talk shit or whatever, like, oh, this guy's a fool, whatever. But it's like, what the fuck are you doing? At least I'm trying. At least I'm trying to put myself out there while you're just sitting behind there, just watching me fucking go. Yeah. So I don't know. That's the way that I look at it.
I feel like now, at this point in my life, I feel more like that. Like I am the most talkative person in my classes. I care less, and I will credit that to Joey, because I think that. Like, he grew his Instagram a lot, like, and he figured out a method to doing it, right? And he was like, Bella, you need to do this. Like, here's 3 steps you need to do, right? Like, you need to post a reel every day. You need to use a trending audio.
That's a good younger brother.
You need to do this, whatever. Like, he told me the steps to do it, and I was like, you know what? Let me just commit to it, because I was posting on Instagram for so long and nothing was ever happening. And I did it, and then that's when, like, literally in the last 3 months, like, it started blowing up. And look, Instagram is not everything. Like, it means absolutely nothing that I have 80,000 followers. Yeah. Like, but I think doing something that showed me that if you commit to something and if you just go, like, full force into it, it does work. Kind of, like, grew my confidence in other areas of life. Like, it has nothing to do with how many followers I have, but it just feels like, oh, like, if I just do this, like, it doesn't, like, I don't care when people comment stupid things on Instagram, and then in life, I don't care if someone
being able to talk to that many people, you know, when I pick up a camera, I know that I'm talking to, you know, over 100,000 people. Having that experience over years, you know, when I first got my camera, I picked it up, I had to take 5 different takes for each clip just because I get so nervous.
Oh my God. I take my phone out. I literally just take my phone out and just one take Drake it.
Yeah, like, that's awesome.
Like, if I stutter, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, like, I stuttered, my bad. All right, I'm going to keep going on.
When I see that, see that on my feed, when I see you on my feed doing stuff like that, I'm like, holy shit, that's, you know, I got to
It's real. It's authentic. It's just like, I don't need to be fucking picture perfect. It's like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
That definitely is something that took me a long time, and I'm still learning to do that. I'm still getting better at that.
I think, like, a combination of both is really good, because I feel like you have, like, what's awesome about your Instagram is that, like, you figured out, like, really good technique. You have, like, an aesthetic,
and you have, like, an aesthetic, too.
And being aesthetic is a thing. Like, that's a cool thing that you can do. Like, you make awesome videos. You know what I mean? Like, your videos are really cool. So if we could bring in, like, a little bit of, like, the authenticity, you know, like, I think that's how you can, like, of both things is, like, would be so cool.
Because I feel like, you know, being able to just be authentic, like, straightforward with your audience, and just, like, show your true character and who you are, you can resonate with them even more and really build, like, an inner connection.
That's what I'm going for right now.
Because that's, I think, in 2023, that's going to be extremely important on social media. Is like, all right, this is the way I look at it. You have 155,000 followers, right? But if you go and say you're doing a meet and greet somewhere, can you fill up that arena?
How many are going to show up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the way you got to look at it. It's like, all right, if I want to go do a meet and greet or something, like, will people show up to that?
So that's something I screwed up a little bit when I started. So I started posting, and I kind of based what I was posting off of what my followers liked and responded well to, which was, in my opinion, a mistake at that point, like, completely depending on that, because I got a lot of, you know, gay guys following me, which I'm not saying anything against gay guys, you know. There's a lot of gay guys that I love, great, you know. But I kind of, it's more about the fact, it could be women too. It's more about the fact that I kind of started basing my page off of my body, my physical appearance, because I was seeing that's
which is hard in the fitness world.
Yeah, that's what people respond well to.
Like, personally, I literally train for that.
Yeah.
Like, I literally compete in physique. So, like, to post what you're doing for your training and, like, for your progress, I'm not sexualizing my I train for it to look a certain way, but, like, I'm not sexualizing that.
What do you mean by sexualizing it?
Like, people on Instagram who follow you when you post a lot of physique pictures will sexualize you. Do you know what I'm saying? So then then you get, like, a lot of followers.
Brad, it's like the difference between having a bunch of teenage boys following you because you're motivational and they love watching what you do, and a bunch of people watching you because it makes their dick hard. You know what I mean? Got it. Yeah, so
okay, it's like, can we bleep that out and say it in a different way?
No, it's serious. That's what it is. It's because there's a lot of creepy people out there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
tons.
Do you have people who you're motivating because, like, look how hard I trained to compete?
Did I hear a cat?
Yeah, you did.
Miley's down here. Our cat is down here. Miley, you want to be in the podcast?
Oh my God, can you?
Yeah, I'll get rid of her.
Wait, where is she?
She's right here.
Bring her. Wait, why is she meowing like that?
She's just like, what's going on, guys? Yeah,
she's confused.
Okay.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I started out I started out doing that, and that kind of screwed
and
me up a little bit.
But it was just because it was working, and then but you kind of built.
But it's not really what I wanted.
Built an audience of like actually having an inner connection with someone. It's more than just the gay guys just looking at your shit and getting turned on.
Which again, I don't care if you're
which
gay,
is fine,
whatever. But I see people on social media, like Brad, like a bunch of people that just have a better connection with their audience and just have, stuff more like that. And it's like, I get a little jealous and I'm like, well, I need to do that. But then you always fall back to trying to please your audience to whatever response.
I don't know. I'm just big on just doing what makes me happy.
Yeah.
And just have fun with it.
You're good at that. Yeah.
I'm starting to obviously, as you grow, you kind of, definitely need to strategize kind of more on your content and stuff. But once you like turn it into like, I don't know. I just genuinely enjoy doing it. Like, it's just like,
it's so
fun for me. And it's, like I said before, it's just like heartwarming, like the messages that I get on like Instagram between academic weapon stuff where kids are literally hitting me up and sending me pictures of their report cards.
Yeah.
Telling me that
crazy.
like show me they got an A. And, I just did that as like a meme in a sense. Like it wasn't like I was doing it to like go viral. It was just like a part of, building this snowball of, doing different, and it just like, kind of like that video just exploded, and then people knew me as Academic Weapon. But at the same time, it's like moving forward, like like Academic Weapon, but as I graduate, like I'm trying to kick the sheets is me.
Yeah, so
that is me.
So let's get into you a little more specifically, and do like a little like tell us about yourself, so everybody can get a little bit of a background on you. Like before we get into the kick the sheets Academic Weapon, like just like who is Brad? Where are you from? Why'd you even choose to go to Penn State? Like, what is your,
so I am Brad Kraut. I'm currently 22 years old. I'm a senior here at Penn State studying public relations. I'm from Bucks County, PA, so like 30 minutes outside of Philly. I also have a cat too. She's 23 pounds. Yeah, huge cat.
Fat
cat.
Is she 23 pounds?
No, that cat's probably like 16.
Holy shit.
But yeah, I've, back in 2005, my family was on a reality TV show, Wife Swap, season 2, episode 17, Hulu. When I was younger, my mom was always bringing me around, and like I was signed with an agency, trying out for TV shows, commercials, movies.
So that's where it roots. That's where
that's where it roots. Yeah, that's where my
personality.
You have a dramatic
roots.
family.
Yes, like my parents are very out there. Like that's where I get it from.
Well,
like,
there you go.
They're very sociable. They talk to people. Like they're
and
fun.
And you said your mom loves reality TV.
My mom wanted to be a reality TV star.
Watching reality TV.
I grew up, and I've been around it. I tried out but the thing was, I wish I stuck with it. But I was so into my sports and playing football where I would get calls to go out to New York when I was like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And my mom would be like, hey, let's go to New York. I'm like, nah, like I have football practice. I don't want to. And then I just remember as I got like senior year of high school into freshman year of college, I was like, yo, mom, can we hit the agency back up? Like, I want to get back into this. So that's where I just started showing, my whole entire like life through my social media. Just started documenting everything. Really, it started sophomore year of high school when I started a fitness account with my best friend Ben. So it was Brad and Ben. So we called it B&B Fitness. So if you stalk my Brad Kraut account, like go all the way back, you'll find B&B Fitness content. So it shows that because like obviously
you should post some more of that.
I should. Like I have so many old videos, but it's like people just see where I'm at now. They don't realize I've been doing this for 5, 6, 7 years.
I mean, I think we can all agree. We could all pull up a picture right now of our
from old
5 years ago. Pictures.
It's just been like a steady grind, and then so I ended up. I was between. Also in high school, played football. I was varsity captain like senior year. Loved football. Did want to play at the next level, but I wasn't going to play at a big D1 school. I probably could have played like D2, D3 football, but that wasn't ideal. I was like, you know what? I want to go to a big university and really just make a name for myself because I saw the way like Christian Guzman was building his personal brand.
Yeah.
Like dropping out of college and, starting his own online fitness coaching to open up a gym to Outfleet Gym to Alpha Land. And I
was
saw
a little too young to experience that, but I think that was right when you're
like, right? Yeah, it was right like, he's the one that like motivated, like he's one of my inspirations. Like
Yeah, we talk about him all the
I
time.
saw a YouTube video of his. I started crying. I remember when I was like freshman year of college, a video of him like standing up like this, and thousands of people wanting to like meet him. And I was like, you know what? I wanna like do that type of shit one day. Like I want to have an impact.
Did you see the documentary? I think there's like a documentary or something
on him?
coming out on him.
Oh,
yeah,
I cried through his YouTube videos because I'm like, yo, like this man is. He just goes for it and doesn't give a fuck. So
you had like this mindset from high school?
From high school. Literally from high school. Following Christian. Following Jesse James West.
Were you like exactly sure what you... So like it's kind of like this entrepreneurial mindset, right? Like were you exactly sure what you wanted to do with that? Or were you just like, I want my name to be a name. Like I want to like make an impact in some way. I want to be a big name. Like, or did you have like very specific goals and ideas that you wanted?
I think so. Fitness is what like roots me. Like working out is what roots me. But then outside of that, there's a lot more to me than just fitness and working out. Like I'm pretty like entertaining, so I can do like entertaining content. I can go out in public and fuck with people. I can like there's a lot more to me than just like the fitness and the motivation stuff. So really growing up like in high school was me just trying to figure out what kind of content I wanted to post. So basically the way that I was figuring it out was just posting everything about me. Yeah. And then seeing what hits, what doesn't hit. So it was like fitness content. Then eventually, senior year, you know, my fitness content didn't really... It was cool, it was good, but didn't like explode and blow up like the way, you know, I wanted it to. So then I was like, fuck, like, why? I'm like fucking like crazy up here. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I created an alter ego my senior year of high school called Backwards at Brad. So like right now you're talking to Brad. But when Brad turns on this backwards hat and these glasses, it's like a WWE type of figure, like whole new person.
I'm surprised I've never seen that.
Look it up on Instagram. I still have the account. But he was just a nut. And basically with backwards,
have him on the pod.
I mean, I don't do it anymore, but like basically with backwards hat Brad, it was just me. It was a part of my journey of me just trying to like figure out like what I would kind of like want to do with like social media. But with backwards hat Brad, I just wanted to blow up and become famous for doing like Nelk stuff, like Nelk party, like whatever, like crazy shit. But there was actual no substance or like added value to like people. It was just like people watching it and laughing and like being like, dude, this kid's fucking crazy.
Entertainment's a value.
I guess, but I wanted to have something more than just doing. Yeah, you wanted like I actually wanted to have like meaning and something that can be a longevity and sustainable. Yeah. And that's when I got obviously I was between Penn State, Maryland, Florida, and Ohio State. Okay. Was down to Penn State, Ohio State. Ooh. I'm from PA. It just made the most sense. Like I remember my older brother Brandon went to University of Maryland, and like the first week there he had like an asthma attack, and my dad had to go drive down there. So I was like in my head, why go to Ohio State when it's like an 8-hour drive or a plane ride where I can just go to Penn State where it's still far enough away from home.
What is it, 3 hours?
3 hours, 18 minutes. So it's still far away from home, but like if I need to drive home or back, like it's easy access. Definitely. So I ended up going to Penn State, not accepted. Freshman year of college, I got involved with 20, that startup app. And then my buddy, Austin Thomas, who I went to high school with, made it. He's 2 grades above, so I was a freshman. He's a junior. And he created an Instagram post saying that he's coming out with this company called Jerpa, where he was making the first ever Sherpa line jeans. So they're jeans with fur.
Yeah, okay, I was going to ask you.
Stylish. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm a freshman. I want to get involved with as much shit as I can because I'll be able to meet people, it's all about networking, creating opportunity. Yeah. That was my mindset. So I ended up getting involved with Jerpa, and then...
That's the first thing that I knew of about you.
Yeah. So 20 was great, and then Jerpa, so already getting like 2 experiences right away as a freshman, and I started out as like an ambassador, but I was so passionate about this product. I remember going down to Austin's apartment for like the first time and trying them on, took my pants off, put these jeans on, popped a squat, I stood up, I looked Austin in the eyes, I go, Austin, these have serious fucking potential. It was like giving a kid burped. It was like giving a kid candy on Halloween. Like, you get the candy and you're all excited. You want to like go trade with your friends. Like, That's literally what it was like. I literally run back to my dorm. I wasn't doing it to put code Kraut 10 in my bio. I was doing it because I actually believed in this product. And I went back to my dorm and I just started showing kids on my dorm floor, like, yo, look at these jeans. I wasn't saying buy them. I wasn't saying, yo, use code Kraut10. I was just like, look at these jeans.
And it's doing pretty well now, isn't it?
Yeah, we're doing well. Like, we're in Family Clothesline downtown. Just did a collaboration with Taylor Gang, which is really cool.
And just to be clear, like, did you reach out to him? What's his name again?
Austin. Yeah, I reached out.
You reached out to Austin and said, like, I want to be a part of this.
I want to be an ambassador.
Yeah.
And I became an ambassador, but then it became...
You didn't wait for him to ask you?
No,
Like,
I reached out to him. I was like, I want to get involved with this.
That's what you got to do.
And that's what you have, like, you shoot your shot, you know? And I mean, he was looking for help, but I didn't know it was going to turn into what it was, like, what we are now. It was just me getting involved with something. And then I was so excited about it because I was passionate. I wasn't putting on a fake show or a fake facade about it. Like, I was like, these are fucking for real. Started showing people. I sold 42 pairs in the span of like 2 days, running down to his apartment, coming back. And the way that I started marketing it, again, I'm not a marketing major or anything. It was just through experience, social media marketing. I just started filming everything. Like, it's like, all right, you have a new product on a college campus. How do you start getting buzz around it? One, get it in influential people's hands. So I started getting in athletes' hands.
Yeah.
Two, you need to like build hype. You need to like build a community around it. So I started taking videos of me. I'd be like, and Sherpa jeans going out to Joey Denalo. Boom. I would throw it to you, record you, tag you, put you on my story. And they're all hyped, like, yo, like I'm on this Brad Kraut kid story. So then they put it on their story. And it's just a trickle down effect that everyone just sees these stories. And now they're like, wait, people are buying these Sherpas. All right, now I'm intrigued. Now I kind of want to buy it. I see all these other people buying it.
Also,
and it was through Snapchat, Instagram, and then it just fucking like exploded.
Real quick, if you're not from Penn State College area, Penn State athletes are, how do you say this? They're highly respected.
Yes,
I feel like
they're like celebrities.
They're influencers.
They're
influencers. Yeah.
If you're a Penn State football player, Penn State basketball player, you know you have a lot of respect in the area from kids, adults, fans all over the country.
Everywhere.
And don't they know it?
Yeah, they know it. But hey,
so then that was first semester, freshman year, and obviously I stuck with it. I'm still doing it now, and I'm a senior. Obviously, Austin graduated, but then working with Jerpa. So then I, rushed freshman year, second semester in Delta Chi, COVID hits, whatever. But then sophomore year, I was like, you know what? I want to try to gain experience working for like an established clothing brand. Like I want to gain real experience working with like a cool. So I was following this clothing brand called Cuts Clothing, where they make like the perfect tee.
I've seen that. Yeah, the perfect tee.
Yep. And they were working with professional athletes, and I thought it was so cool, like the athletes that were involved, like how they do their marketing, how aesthetic their page was. I was like, I want to try to get involved. So an older kid in my frat, actually, I was like talking to him about it because he was always wearing Cuts too. I was like, yo, like, do you know anyone at Cuts? He's like, yo, like my sister's like friend is the founder. I was like, yo, can you put me in contact? And he like trusted me, so he was like, you know what, like I'll give you he ended up giving me the founder's contact, Stephen Borelli. And I shot Steven a text like, yo, I'm Brad Kraut. I'm a sophomore at Penn State. Here's like a link to my website. You can check me out. Would love to get involved with Cut some way, somehow. Yeah. Absolutely love that message. And he ends up sending me like a huge care package to Penn State. And in order for kids in the frat to get an article of clothing, they had to tag Cuts on their story. So I could start kind of building that trickle down effect at Penn State of like all these Delta Chi kids tagging Cuts. Now it's kind of like what it's
marketing.
Cuts.
That's because it's basically free marketing. What's cost them a few bucks to make a t-shirt?
Yeah.
And you have all these kids and all their friends and all their
and
friends,
especially like a school like Penn
families.
State, and being like in a popular frat where other people look at it, oh, all these kids in DCI are wearing Cuts. And then I ended up doing like a really cool video for them, sent it over. They didn't ask me. I just wanted to go above and beyond. And then they really fucked with it.
That's the goal.
But I didn't get any internship. I didn't get an internship with them that summer. But then NIL hit, where college athletes can now make money off their name, image, and likeness that summer. And I hit them up, and I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing now that college athletes can, start repping companies and, brands like that? They're like, not really sure yet. Later in that summer, they're like, hey, Brad, we have an internship spot. We would love for you to apply. End up applying, end up getting the internship with them, fly out to LA for my first week of work. This was right before cheer camp. And yeah, I went out there. It was the best experience I've ever had. Never been in like a quote unquote corporate office before. Everyone's between the age of like 24 and like 30, super young. Like you wear your Cuts into the office. The marketing team's good at what they do. Production side, everyone's just like good at what they do. And it all starts from the top from Steven. And it was just like an eye-opening experience. So I worked for them for a while. Also background, I was a Penn State cheerleader as well. During that sophomore year, I wanted to learn a party trick. So I started going to an open gym, and I wanted to learn how to do a backflip.
There you go.
And when I'm at this open gym, Penn State cheer is there because they can't cheer at their on-campus gym.
Where were you? COVID. Were you at TJ's gym?
Yeah. Yep.
That's where I cheered competitively.
Oh, really? Yep.
Was that All-Star?
All-Star.
I think, yeah. And
Superstar Athletics.
so I would try to learn the backflip, and then after the guys on the cheer team were like, "Yo, Brad, do you want to throw girls up?" I'm like,
"Yep,
yeah." Like, I'm not opposed to.
Yeah, I want to throw a girl.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You should come with me. I'm going on Monday. I'm going Monday night. I think 7:45, 7:30 it starts for an open gym.
I'll see if I can make it.
Yeah,
but I'm
gonna
coming
get some content with that.
Yeah.
My flyer, Luna,
Hell yeah.
she would definitely.
Oh fuck yeah.
She's good too.
So cheer. Wait, where was I at?
So you had your internship with Cuts, then you went then you went to cheer camp.
Oh yeah, cheer camp. Oh yeah, so I'm talking about cheer. So and then eventually I just start throwing girls up, and I start recording myself, put on social media, and the assistant cheer coach works at Lionheart where I train at.
Yeah.
And he came up to me one day and was like, "Yo, Brad, heard a lot of great things about you. Would love to offer you a spot on the team."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Hell yeah."
Yeah. Good way
So
to
then,
meet people.
yeah, it's because it was like, all right, I'm involved in Greek life, but now it's like, why don't I expand my network and, join the cheer team? And I ended up doing it. Unreal experience. So basically my junior year, I was my first semester of junior year, I was balancing cuts, balancing cheer, balancing branding, marketing for Jerpa, balancing, everything that I was always a part of. I was always building my personal brand on the side.
Yeah.
Got it? And so I had to balance all that. I was living in the frat, so it was a lot. But I learned a lot about myself and time management. And then fast forward to January of last year, of my junior year, Penn State quarterback Sean Clifford reaches out to me that he wants to start an NIL agency and Limitless, and he wants me to get involved. And I'm like, I'm all ears for it. Like, lock me in. I'm sign me up. Like, I want to help you.
Yeah.
So then in January, that's when Kick the Sheets came into play.
Yeah, how did that start?
Yeah. So basically, I was balancing.
Because we see your Kick the Sheets.
Kick the Sheets right here. So, yeah. So basically, I was balancing building this agency out with Sean, working 15 hours a week for Cuts, doing branding and marketing for Jerpa, being a full-time student, creating my own content, being social, living in a frat house. So, like, I was...
Living in a frat house.
And doing all this, yes.
That's very impressive.
I was going to bed with my AirPods in, listening to meditation music at night because it was so loud some nights. Like,
did you have roommates?
No, I had my own room. Yeah, which was good.
Has anyone listening to this ever been in a frat house? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was doing it, but I was determined. Everything that I just stated that I was involved with was extremely important to me.
Yeah.
And
frat house has got to be the worst place to have a balanced, healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, but again, I was fucking determined. I had this chip on my shoulder because a lot of kids in the frat were making fun of me for joining cheer and doing some like content that I was doing, but they were in it for the good reasons. But the cheer stuff, I'm like, dude, grow the fuck up. Yeah. But it kind of just put a chip on my shoulder and kind of like pissed me the fuck off. Yeah. In a sense, like I had to take letters out of my bio. I ended up, it was pretty toxic. I had to leave like all the group meetings.
Why did you have to take
because like you have to think about Greek life and it's all about like social status. Yeah. So by me joining the cheer team, they didn't want Delta Chi associated like with my name.
Really?
Yeah. Because of the social status. Because of like of what other people might think. You got it? Like that's just how Greek life is. But now I look back on it and I just laugh.
You know what? That's funny because
I use negative connotation as like it fuels fire in me.
Positive reinforcement.
It's a Yeah. And it fuels me. It's like, all right, you want to talk shit on me? Fucking talk shit. Fucking talk shit. I fucking dare you. Talk shit on me. It just fucking feeds me. It fucking fuels me.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Cause it just like, I just put my head down and started to work and left all the negative toxic shit and my life just started elevating. They're like, oh shit, wait, now Brad's working for Cup. Oh shit, now the Penn State quarterback Sean Cliff. It's like, oh wow. When you start,
right?
What?
How's that for a social status, right?
I replaced Delta Chi with @Cuts, right? Yeah. And all these kids are like, holy shit.
Good.
But it was cool.
Like, when you enter the real world, like, what does Delta Chi really mean? Like, come on.
Okay, exactly. But I realized this, early junior, like sophomore summer was when I kind of had this shit, like the frat won't get me to where I want to be. I need to start I kind of need to branch off from the kind of doing frat stuff and focus on me, because that's ultimately what's going to help my future. And that's what I did. It's hard though, because I had to sacrifice. Like, it was tough.
Yeah,
but,
I'm not saying being in a frat is bad. Like, that could also
no, it
be
was.
another
I
way
mean,
to make connections.
because I was in the frat, I got that internship with Kraut.
Absolutely.
And I, made,
but again,
I made amazing friends. Yeah,
you have to be like, you have to protect yourself. And your goals.
And it's not even like they were doing, like, they were just looking out for me, because like my content was kind of cringe on TikTok and shit before, and they were like, Brad, why are you trying to be someone that you're not?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you, like, Brad, what do you love? I'm like, fitness. You're like, what do you have? I'm like, a big personality. So you're like, why don't you just post fitness stuff and show your personality? I was like, oh, okay. So they were in it for good reasons.
So what were you posting on TikTok before that?
Oh, Jesus Christ. If I show you, this is my 5th TikTok, by the way. I've gotten banned 4 times.
Well, I want to know. Can you give like a little...
I was doing like weird, like I was like doing like dancing stuff. Like I was just doing dancing stuff. I was doing like weird, like...
We're doing trends.
I gave myself like mutton chops, and I was doing like weird shit. Like I was doing like...
What is a mutton chop?
Where you shave like right here and you just have like this. Like I was just doing funny stuff.
That
like
70s show, what's his name in that 70s
I'll
show?
show you guys the content, but it was like, what the fuck was I doing? Again, it was me just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So then in January, that's when Kick the Sheet starts. Austin Thomas, founder of Jerba.
What year was that?
January 23rd, like last year.
Okay.
Junior year.
So what, the name, Kick the Sheets.
I'm getting right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Austin Thomas was reading, he was like in a phase of reading books.
Okay.
And
nice reading.
Yeah, nice reading. And one of the books he read was the 5 a.m. Club. And in that book, he was telling me, he was like, yo, like first thing in the morning, like just do like jumping jacks or like run in place, like do something like a physical activity. I was like, all right. So like one morning, like I had to start getting up at 5 because I had so much that I had to bounce out throughout my days. And if I didn't get up then, it would just give me anxiety because I hate rushing. Like I like to be, I need like time to like, just go throughout my day. And that day I woke up, like I kicked my sheet. I didn't record anything, but I kicked my bed sheets, got out of bed, ran in place, did push-ups, jumping jacks, and went right to the gym. That day was the most productive day of my fucking life.
When did the words "kick the sheets" enter your mind? What were you doing? Like that? How did that come to be?
It was just Austin telling me about that, and I was like, "Yo, like I remember taking a Snapchat and sending to him. I was like, "Yo, like kick the sheets." Like I kicked the sheets. And then from there,
do you have that Snapchat saved? Did you save that?
My original one, I think.
That's like when people open their first like restaurant or something, and they frame the first $1 bill that they receive.
Yep.
Like you need to print that out.
I need to find it. I need to find it.
When you have like a corporate office, like that first Snapchat, yo Austin, kick the sheets.
Yeah.
I think that is what started to blow you up a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's what got me from 0K to like 42K.
0K.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. It's like 0 followers, like 40. So I just started being consistent with it. I'm like taking videos of me like jogging in place in my room. I was like, I'm gonna keep kicking the sheets until I see like big time people doing it, whatever. And some of them like, got like 1 million views, and it like started like kind of like blowing my page up a little.
I'll tell you what, I see some famous people saying academic weapon, kick the sheets.
Brad, I was gonna say to you today on the podcast. I was gonna say, so Brad, we really want to know, are you just, which you are, an amazing businessman, awesome at making connections, great ideas, or do you legitimately kick your sheets, jump out of bed, hop on the floor and start repping out push-ups?
We were thinking, hey, what if Brad takes these videos at night and then
midnight.
sleeps until 10 a.m.?
No. So, that's a good point. Like,
we're just like behind the scenes here, like,
I will show you my Snapchat memory. So I record on Snapchat because I put the timestamp, so I'm not capping.
True. Okay,
Yeah.
So I'm not capping, so it's foolproof.
Because how much stuff in like the influencer world is completely bullshit.
But that's why people resonate with me, is because I'm real. I'm just straightforward. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
Like when I say I'm kicking the sheets, I'm literally like I have shit to do that day. Like I'm literally kicking.
Yes.
The sheets.
No. Like, and literally from that first day that I did it, my life, like my productivity levels just like escalated.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck, I need to keep doing this.
Yeah.
So then I started like, fuck it, rather than keeping it to myself. It's kind of funny. It's kind of like a cool, like, kick the sheets.
It's silly, it's funny.
So I was like, all right, wait,
works.
why don't I start recording it?
Yeah.
So I started recording it, and it just started kind of catching on. I stayed consistent with it. And then this summer, I actually lived with Sean and some football guys at the yards. and was helping him like really build out the agency. Started getting really good with like athlete marketing. And then eventually late August came, left the agency, still felt that there was a pressure on my shoulders to continue doing athlete marketing. Cause it's like, basically you'd be my athlete. I would help you build your personal brand, give you content ideas, stuff that you should be doing. And then I'd also reach out to companies and brands to find endorsement deals for you.
And do you only have one athlete?
And no, we ended up having
multiple?
like 40.
No, I mean each person. Does each manager only manage one athlete? Or?
No, like there was like 2-3 of us like managing all the athletes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I was really involved in like brand outreach and like hopping on calls with them, thinking of cool campaigns, cool ideas to get our athletes involved. It was a great experience, but then I was like, you know what, I'm going to leave. Still felt a pressure on my shoulders to continue doing athlete marketing, but I wanted to do it at the next level. You know, rather than close
just
out.
because it like, why did you feel that pressure?
Because that's what I branded myself with the last like 10 months of my life. Everyone knew me working at Limitless,
so
working with Sean. This was like my future. Yeah,
but it's not not necessarily what you wanted.
Well, no, like I mean, I've always been building my personal brand on the side of anything that I was doing. But when you work with someone like Sean or you work with other athletes and represent them, the content you put out also represents them.
Yeah.
So I couldn't truly put out everything that I wanted to put out. And like, I couldn't show like party content, like really none of that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, let's say I represent you and you don't fuck with smoking weed, right? Then like, I can't put on social media that I smoke weed. You see what I'm saying?
But for you, you want to also be super, super authentic and show everything about you.
Exactly.
So it's like, I don't want to be on this like,
I think it's
line.
cool that we can see you on social media waking up at 5 a.m., but then we can see you also
on
Saturday night at a party with
yes,
last night with Waka Flocka Flame.
Yeah,
like camps. Like, come on.
Because I show that's a part of me. Like, I just show like the work hard, play hard, you know, type of mentality, because a lot of college kids will go to college and they'll just get consumed by the partying, the weed, the drugs, whatever, and it consumes them. And they end up just kind of just going through the motion. That's what I like to call it. Just going through the motion of it. Not getting anything out of it. Just go, and then by the time they're a senior, they don't even know what the fuck they want to do.
I know tons of people like that.
And that's why I'm trying to be this voice, this person to like walk the walk and like literally show all of my experiences while balancing my academics. And to show kids like, hey, like gain as much. This is a quote from Stephen Borelli, founder of Cuts. You don't know the taste of chocolate unless you taste it. Go out and taste as many things as you can and then pick and choose what you like. Yeah. And that's a quote that really stuck with me, because when I was out there, when I first got the internship, he brought me into like a one-on-one meeting in his office. He's like, Brad, you're a 20-year-old kid. You might be passionate about this right now, but you're 20 years old. You have so much to experience. Yeah. Go out and try as much as you can. Yeah. Go out. And I took that to heart, and that's why I started working on the agency side of things. And then, so I ended up leaving, and I wanted to work at the next level. Mm-hmm. I really wanted to start working with like NFL athletes, closing like 6-7 figure like endorsement deals.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I ended up getting a contract sent to me from an NFL agent. So I left.
Oh my God.
I left Limitless August 27th, and then there was a 3-week timestamp from like August 27th to like September 23rd, I believe, where I was just hopping on networking calls within the industry and going all in on my TikTok, posting 30-60 videos a day.
Whoa! Wait a second.
I'll tell you. So. In the timestamp, I get this contract sent to me. My TikTok starts going bananas. I grew it from 42K to 100K in 23 days. My DMs are getting blown up of kids that I'm motivating, I'm inspiring. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is what I've always really wanted. But at the same time, I had this contract sent to me.
Are we allowed to know who it was? Who the athlete was?
Who?
From the contract?
Shaw Sports Group.
Okay.
Yeah, right out in like Jersey City.
Okay.
And basically, I was like in a dilemma, in a pickle. I was like, all right, wait, should I go do this athlete marketing? Like I'll graduate in December and be done with school and go, do the athlete marketing stuff. Or why don't I just drop one of my classes? I was only in 3 classes because I took 15 credits over the summer to graduate a semester early and go on in the real world.
Yeah.
But then my shit just started going crazy. I'm like, oh my God, like I have all these messages coming in. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like,
well, I remember we were working out at Lionheart a few months ago. You had 40K and you were like, my TikTok's stalling. I don't know what to do. And we were just like, post more.
And I literally
just posted so
30
much.
to 60
videos. Post more. Like 3 a day. Brad's like 30 60
yeah.
days.
I think I said that. I think I said post like 3 a day.
Yeah, and I would just take people through like my days of being a college student And it just started hitting.
Every hour you had
literally just whenever. I didn't overthink. I was just post. And then so basically I end up declining that NFL agent, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go all in on my social media, which I've never done before. It's always my whole life I've been working for other people and building like my personal brand, but I've never actually went all in on building it, like 110%, like no looking back.
Yeah, like you've been saying this whole time, like still working on my personal brand on the side.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Which that's what it takes, because that's what's so impressive about you guys, because I kind of chose that I was just going to work on my personal brand right out of high school. You guys had college classes. I can't imagine having classes.
But that's content. That's content.
Yeah.
That's showing my personal brand.
You made that content. Yeah.
Exactly. And basically I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I started going all in on my TikTok, and I grew it from 42K to over 500,000 in 2-3 months. Traveling, so my best friend plays at Virginia Tech. So I knew I kind of took over Penn State. Like everyone knew me at Penn State, but I was like, all right, let's see if I'm known at like another school.
Yeah. And you were, right? Yeah.
So I end up going to Virginia Tech. They were playing West Virginia. My best friend plays tight end there. And when I get to that school, basically I created TikTok like, I'm coming to Virginia Tech. Let's fucking get like their Red Cup News posted, their Barstool page posted. That's and crazy. Now it's getting everywhere around. Like this Brad Kraut kid is coming to Virginia Tech. Go there and I am bombarded by students. Like everywhere I walk, like, yo, Brad, bro, kick the sheets, academic, like all the, I'm like, yo, this is literally like I almost want to start to
so good.
I almost like wanted to start to cry because I was like, this is what I've always fucking wanted. Yeah. This is so fucking cool. Holy shit. So then after that weekend,
and it's meaningful because like the kick the sheets and the academic weapon are
positive.
Like, they're positive things, like it's not just like everyone's walking around saying, Brad, we love you, Brad, we love you, which is also great. But like they're showing something that helped you, like kick the sheets, academic weapon. Those are things you did for yourself that helped you, and now you're like, holy shit, like this shit is working for everyone else too.
It was just really cool. Like for example, like my friend, obviously he knew me growing up, and like he always knew I wanted to like have an impact like this. Mm-hmm. So I remember we go out to like a bar, and he just sees all these people bombarding me, and he's looking at me, he's like, it's happening, Brad. Like, it's fucking happening. Yeah. And I was like, I was like, dude, this is nuts. Like, he was like, dude, like, let's fucking go. He was so pumped up.
At this point, like, did you have merch? Like, were you bringing things with you? Like,
no, not yet.
Where was your brand at this point?
Literally just trying to build a community. Literally just trying to grow as much as I can. So basically, after that trip, I get back to State College, and I call one of my mentors, Ryan, and I'm like, yo, this just went down in Blacksburg. What do I do? He's like, Brad, you got to go to another university. That Tuesday, call my best friend, Ben, B&B Fitness guy. He goes to Indiana University. He goes to Indiana. I'm like, yo, Ben, I'm booking a flight to Bloomington. I'm coming to Bloomington. He's like, all right, bet. So I end up making another video. Yo, I'm going to Bloomington, Indiana. Like, let's fucking go. On their Barstool page. And then all these DMs coming in. Yo, come to our frat. Yo, come to this Taylor. Come to blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I get there. Bombarded. I do a collaboration with Miller Cop, a guy on their basketball team, do man on the street content. And this was just all a part of building that snowball of just just little things to like start building. And it was exploding. After that, I went to Kentucky. Exploded at Kentucky. After that, I was out in Vegas for a senior trip. A ton of schools like Arkansas, Nebraska, all these people coming up to me like, yo, Brad, and I'm like, all right, like this is crazy. Like this is fucking unreal. Like this is really what I've always wanted. And now I'm just like at that point where I can really take it in any direction. And now like I'm going into like YouTube, long form content. Yeah. But I really want to just build a brand that is almost kind of like a media brand in a sense, and like bring other motivated individuals kind of with me, and we just help build each other.
You are like a Barstool for yourself.
In a sense, yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, like I don't know, just the connection that like when I think of Barstool, I think of like they make connections with so many different people, and they're just like. And
a part of me, what I want to do is create an overarching media company that covers like the fitness space. Yeah. That connect with like you guys, who you guys know everyone in fitness. So it's like, all right, bring you into this overarching media company. For me, I'll bring more like the entertainment, sports, music side of things into it. And I want to create like an overarching company that covers everything. Because I feel like there's not really a media company out there. Maybe there's a reason that there isn't. But the way that I look at it is like, why don't I bring someone in from the music industry, bring someone in from the fitness industry, and then collab?
Yeah.
And open up a gym. Have the gym be the content hub.
So I was just gonna ask, since this is the Mobilefitlab podcast, through doing all of this, you're freaking busy, you're kicking the sheets, you're being an academic weapon, you're doing all this, how did it, because fitness is something that is one of your
that's what roots
passions.
me. That's
what
where
it started, B&B Fitness.
Yeah.
So how did you keep up with your own personal fitness, your personal health through all of this?
Well,
or did you?
I'm gonna lay it out. I'm gonna lay it out there. I'm gonna lay it out there. I burnt myself out last semester. So from all the travel, I was drinking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, partying like a fucking maniac, waking up early. There were some days during the week where I was losing my purpose and my why, because I was getting so caught up in all the travel and now that I'm blowing up a little, now girls hitting me up and shit. So I was kind of getting so caught up into the quote unquote come up and
it's
fame
really
of it.
Easy to get that, yeah.
Which
really easy to get.
But I just burnt myself out, and I was I was taking away from kick the sheets, getting up and winning the day. There were some mornings where I didn't feel like getting up because I was just so fucking exhausted and burnt out. But I kind of had to because I kicked the sheets. What happened to Brett? But it was just unhealthy. I wasn't doing my meal prep. I was so fucking busy. I was doing so much that I would only eat 2 times a day because I'm jumping on this meeting for this opportunity. It's just when it's coming up, I was trying to do everything, balancing my school, going to classes. It was a lot, and it took a toll on me. And come November, I crashed. I was I can't even look at TikTok. I can't even look at social media. I was still posting here and there, but I was I'm just gonna be home for Thanksgiving, spend time with family, spend time with friends, kind of mentally, get my mind off it. And once I kind of did that, took a little step back from it, I felt that motivation again. I felt that itch, get right back into it.
But that time was still important because I'm sure you made tons of connections within.
I do not regret any of that, because that's really what fucking put me on the map, was that grind of just going. And sometimes in life that does happen. You need to take on those opportunities and those chances and just fucking go for it. But again, for me, I was losing my purpose and my why, my longevity success, which is kick the sheets, get up, win the fucking day. And once I realized that, I was you know what? This semester, I'm going to start doing yoga. I'm going to do boxing. I'm going to start doing things. Because what I realized was I'm at my peak fucking performance when I am meal prepping. I look good. I fucking feel good. I'm working out hard. I'm doing the yoga. I'm staying active. That's when I'm at my fucking peak. If you can take care of your physical body, everything else will fall into place. Your mental, everything. Because once you start feeling like shit and you're not getting enough rest, you're not gonna be there 100%. And I realized that, and that's why now I'm normally last semester on this Saturday, right now, I'd be going fucking wild, drinking, doing crazy shit, because that's what some people want to see, and that is a part of me. But I just kind of came to a realization, if I truly want to reach my dreams and my goals of really having a massive impact on society, I can't be doing that all the time.
This industry is going up, and it's not waiting for anybody. So you need to be people.
Yep,
you need to be all in on it. You're gonna have to sacrifice. But again,
but you can have both. Yes, you need to sacrifice, but you're allowed to have a fun Saturday night.
I agree.
You're allowed to also kick the sheets on the weekdays. You have to make sacrifices along the way, but you can find a way to do both.
But I think everything can be beneficial to you and be along your goals somehow. Even when you're having fun, even when you're, having a day off, it can still be beneficial and still be working towards your goals. It doesn't need to be just a complete day off from everything.
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely.
You can get balance.
And I like to show that
on
here, especially because obviously my fitness journey can be very strict because of what I compete in and what I do, but I train lifestyle people, and it's super easy. Life is busy. Everyone's life is busy in a different way. It's very easy to get caught up into it and to begin to not prioritize yourself and your fitness and your health as much. So how did you, after that flip switched in your head,
that
where
like,
you were
all right,
I feel like shit and I can't perform the best in all of these aspects when I feel like shit? Like, how did you take that thought? Like, what was the first thing that you did the next day or whatever to help you get back into that? Because people need to see like, look, Stacy, it's fine that you didn't work out for the last 4 months. Like, let's stop complaining about it and do one thing tomorrow that is going to help us get back into the groove. Because even like you have busy freaking days. Like, how do you prioritize? Like,
so the first part, it was actually a Jonah Hill documentary that I watched. And in it, because like obviously Jonah Hill, like super celebrity, like actor, right? Yeah. Like you'd think his life is perfect, but no. He goes through anxiety. He has so much stress going on in his head. And when he was talking to his therapist, they were just basically saying, if you can take care of your body, of your physical body, everything else will fall into place. And that's where I got it from. So
it shows. Because
and I was like, all right, heading into this semester, like into the new year, what can I do to really like feel good about myself, be healthy? And I was like, you know what? Let's try hot yoga. Let's go sign up and do hot yoga.
You messaged me from my yoga store. And you were like,
yep. I was like, I want to do it.
I'm like, oh, Brad's getting on his yoga game.
Yep. It's changed my life too. Like yoga's been unbelievable. Yeah. I was like, let's sign up for boxing. Let's fucking start boxing 3 times a week.
Are you boxing at Lionheart?
No, at American Top Team.
Okay. Oh my God. I'm like a crazy cat lady right now. I'm sorry.
So once I heard that from like the Jonah Hill documentary, I was like, fuck it. Like, let's do this. And like over break in like December, I wasn't drinking much or anything. I was working out, eating good, and I started to feel good. So I was like, oh my God, we have so much momentum. Let's bring it into this semester.
Feeling good,
and that's so good. What? And then basically, what was your other question? How do I like manage like my time or?
Yeah, like
I mean, I'm still not perfect at it.
No, but like, what are like a few things that like what are your I like to call them non-negotiables. So even when you have a really busy day, things you do for your own personal health that are kind of just like this. I got to do this every day.
Cold shower.
I
have to eat 4 to 5 times a day.
Okay.
Like I need to be fueled. Like
we're slacking today. We've had one meal.
I've only had one meal today, but we had a ton of caffeine and pre-workout to suppress the metabolism.
Yeah. Just because, some days you might not get a crazy, like for lifestyle people, some days you might not get a wild workout in. Yeah. But there are things, maybe have your things that you do every day that are not, you're non-negotiable.
I like going on a walk. I love, if I'm busy in the morning or something to split up my day, I'll like just literally go walk, listen to music, or even like just call people on my walk.
Yeah, hopping walks are not overrated.
Yeah, and then I think it's really like those like 3 things that kind of help me. Besides that, to kind of like, I'm still working on my time management because my mind, I have like ADD. Like, I mean, I'm not diagnosed with it, but I definitely do. My mind's always racing. So like, I'll be working on this task and then like a notification or something will pop on my phone and then like I'm looking at my phone and then so I'm trying to get better at it. And really trying to like prioritize like, all right, let's get this done. Let's get this.
And that's challenging when so much of what you do is on your phone.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
so
stressful. I feel like I've spent a lot more time on social media recently since I started, like I post twice every day. I like scroll through reels trying to like find ideas of songs I might want to use for the future, things like that. You know,
it's a lot.
And then you also have your time where you spend on social media just like for fun, like you're like not about mine.
Yep.
And it's.
There's days where at the end of the day, I'm like so sick of looking at my phone or looking at screens in general. Like I just have to lay down, like put my face in a pillow and just like.
I literally just go.
Just take a few deep breaths because it's overwhelming
it almost
too.
Feels like
it is draining. It's mentally draining.
Actually, I have a question for you.
I hope I have an answer.
Personally, would consider myself to be more of an introverted person, and it's weird because like I love talking to people, and I feel like I'm pretty good at talking to people.
You're
like
good.
I don't.
Well, I met Bella when I brought Curtis Jacobs in to
that was fun actually.
Yeah.
But I re-energize myself when I'm alone. Do you know what I mean? So like when I'm alone, I like get all my energy and then I go talk to people, but that drains me. Like I love it, it's fun, but it drains me.
It's the social battery.
Some people are like more extroverted people get like so much energy from being social, from being around people. You like, do you get energy from being around people, or do you like need to have that alone time to like refuel yourself? Because obviously you seem
it
very
depends
extroverted, but you never know.
No, I'm very extroverted.
Yeah.
I love being able to bring other people up. Like, I love being in the gym at 5:30 in the morning. I'm listening to like my like music, and I'm like in there like going crazy, like looking at someone across the gym that I don't even know. I'm like, and like they like do it back, and like that's the type of energy that I like to like bring into a room.
What about you, Joey? Like, I feel like
I'm
like
definitely,
you're good at talking to people too, but
I'd say I'm more
necessarily
introverted because I definitely...
You feel introvert. I can sense that.
I get enough of people. You know what I mean? Which I love people. I love talking to people, but it's definitely been like a challenge to like get myself to pick up a camera, get myself to talk to a camera, get myself to post this, post something that's not perfect. You know, I get really nervous going up to talk to other people. Like
crazy.
I also get like really anxious. I get so anxious about like the smallest things, and it like gets hard to control, and just little stuff. Like I try to be as extroverted as possible because there's no alternative within this industry.
Well,
you need to be
that's
extroverted.
the thing. I wouldn't consider myself to be extroverted. Like I think I do well in social situations. Oops, sorry. I hope that's not too loud on there. But anyways, like I just need that alone time to be like to like get all my energy back. But like it can be hard when being on social media, even if you're alone, kind of feels like you're being social because you're seeing all these people. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if you're sitting in your bed on social media, it almost feels like you're talking.
Well, it's also feeling like somebody's expecting something from you all the time to post or something.
Yep.
If it's not ready, if it's not how you want it. Just that feeling of constantly, you know, we wake up in the morning. For anybody who doesn't really do social media, we wake up in the morning and we're like, what is the content for today? When should I post?
And I'm like, good morning, everyone.
Yeah. And that is a lot of pressure. And that takes some like cool down. Do you have that like...
Oh, I have that like, all right, like, if I'm not kicking the sheets, people are going to be like, Brad, you're slacking.
Yeah.
But I love, but the thing is, I want to say, but the thing with social media and like why I post my shit is because it holds me accountable.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, if I say on my story, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, I have to get up at 5, even if no one gives a fuck. Just in my head, I have to get up at 5 and
I don't know where I saw this. This was really, really powerful. I cannot remember
about social media or
no, just about yourself. I forget. Oh, you know what? It was Nathan French. It was Nathan French on the Power Build podcast. He said, if you aren't accountable, like if you don't take action to your words, then you're basically disrespecting your own words. And if you can't like respect your, I'm definitely butchering this.
No, I know exactly what you're saying.
Then why would anybody else respect your words?
Yeah, like if you can't respect yourself, why is anyone else going
to? Like if you can't put your money where your mouth is, then why would anyone ever listen to you or buy into what you're doing?
Absolutely.
And that's why I love doing what I'm doing and staying consistent, because people see that consistent grind and they want to buy into it. They want to, kick the sheets.
I love the KTS win the day. Like I like the two parts.
It's because you need that mentality. You need that mentality. Think about it. If you go into the day, and you have a lot of meetings or you have a lot of schoolwork you have to do, and you're like nervous or scared, right? You're not going to attack it the way that you should be because you're already somewhat like defeated. Because you're already in your mind telling yourself, I have to do this. It's like, I have to do this. I have this meeting. Like, today's going to suck. Yeah. If you have that fucking attitude, your day is going to fucking suck because you're already telling yourself that. So when you have that, you got to go, I have that meeting. I'm going to go fucking crush that meeting. I have to get that schoolwork done. I'm going to go fucking crush that schoolwork. That you have to tell yourself that. You'll psych yourself out and you'll fucking do it.
Yeah. I like it a lot too because personally, I feel like I can be a big picture person at times, which can be great. And I have big visions
which is good. You got to think big. I'm getting tired of it.
Kick the sheets, win the day, kind of breaks it up. In order to accomplish that big picture, you have to win one single day at a time. One day.
Yep. All right. I feel like we could talk for another hour. But
how long have we been talking for?
It's been like an hour, over an hour. So I feel like we should cut there. We can have you back on and talk about more stuff.
Let's do one, just to finish it out. What is one little, big, doesn't matter, goal that you have going into? We're still early in the year, going into the next year for one personal goal and one goal for your business.
I think personal goal is to build an audience on YouTube.
Okay.
That's one of my personal goals. And then for the business, I just want it to be, for Kick the Sheets especially, I want it to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I want to see hundreds of people tagging me on their stories, kicking the bed sheets.
Awesome.
Like that's really what I want in 2023.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this, consider kicking your freaking sheets.
Yeah.
That's a great way.
It's worked for Brad, and it's worked for. I'm not kidding. Every time I go on Instagram, I see some other random person being like, "I kicked the sheets. I aced my test."
Yep.
It kind of makes me emotional. I'm like, "Holy shit! Like, what's going on?"
Like
So,
my friend was saying, it's happening.
Kick the sheets, win the day,
Yep.
and thank you for
Yeah,
listening.
appreciate you
thanks
guys
for
having me
listening.
on.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And that was episode 2 of Mobilefitlab After Hours.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Featuring Brad and Miley Cyrus, the cat.
Let's go. We out.